Oh my gosh, you guys. What a week. Last week, Jackson started getting like a cold. And then on Thursday, I called Thursday morning to make him a doctor's appointment just to get him in because it had been like day 4. I just wanted to make sure everything was fine. I'd been doing everything I could for his like cough and runny nose and everything. So he had an appointment at 9:50 on Thursday. So Adria wakes up Thursday and says she has like a headache and that her belly hurt a little bit. And I thought she had a she had a jump rope contest that day at school in front of the whole school, like so many kids. So I thought maybe her stomach was just nerves because she said just hurt a tiny bit. So I gave her some Motrin for a headache. She ate her breakfast. She played with Jackson and Alex before school, took her to school. No sooner than I'm pulling in the school parking lot, this one right here just starts heaving all over the place. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? So I hurry up and pull in the parking lot. You have to like loop around the parking lot. So the whole way around the parking lot, she's just steadily getting sick. So I hurry up and park, run around the other side, get her out of the car, have her stand in the parking lot in her jammies, like in her footed jammies in case she had to get sick anymore. I didn't have anything with me because I don't typically take the diaper bag. I just run Adria to school and back. Her blankets covered, her coat, like everything. I know. So I get her back in the car. Adria was late then, so I get Allie back in the car. I tell her, okay, now, are you okay? So I have to run Adria in and sign her in. And she said she was okay, so I left them two in the car, and I ran into the school inside Adria and told the school nurse what was going on. I said, if by some chance she doesn't feel good, don't hesitate to call me. I'll come get her. I said, because her little brother's sick. I said, her sister just started getting sick in the car. So Jax had a cold. Allie was, like, getting sick. And then Adria just had a headache. Her belly hurt a tiny bit. Going about the day. Get home. No, we had to pick up my stepdad because he was going to watch Alex while I took Jax to the doctor. That was before her incident. So we pull to my stepdad's. I tell him what's going on. He's like, oh, geez. We leave his house because he had back surgery. He can't drive. And his house is in between school and here. So we leave his house, and we get so far down the road, and I had to pull over and help Allie because she was getting sick again. So we get home. I hurry up, get her in clean clothes, get her changed, get all the nasty stuff downstairs in the washer, and pack up to go to the doctor's office like we were running short on time with all the chaos. So I take him to the doctor. The doctor said, everything looks fine. His ears look fine. His throat looks fine. His chest sounds fine. He says, basically just a cold like in his, his head and in his nose. He said, just keep doing what you're doing. And I bought these little cold pills for babies that help with runny nose, congestion, sneezing, and discomfort, like with sleeping. There's daytime ones and nighttime ones. I'd never heard of them, but they just dissolve in their mouth. And let me tell you, those things freaking work. So I come home from the doctor with him. Here, Allie had been getting sick while I was gone. So every hour, like within an hour of the first time was at 9, then it was like 9:25. But then basically an hour later, until 3:25, my poor little girl was getting sick. So then, oh my gosh, sorry. So then I go to get Adri from school, and I'm pulling up in the line, and I see her standing out there, and she just looks terrible. She was so pale, and her eyes were so dark. I was expecting her to get in the car and say she felt horrible. So she gets in the car. I'm like, hey, babe. I'm like, how you feeling? She's like, good. She said, I'm just tired and kind of thirsty. She said, at lunch, I forgot to get my water cup, so all I had was one sip of water from the drinking fountain all day. I'm like, honey, that's it? I said, you had a jump rope contest. And she said she came in like 4th place out of 2nd graders. And she said she didn't really eat because it was Tyson drumstick and macaroni and cheese and fruit. She said she had a little bit of macaroni and cheese. So here, she didn't eat much all day. Didn't drink anything. I was super tired. So we come home. She literally walks in the door, comes over here to the living room floor, and lays down in her coat. Everything. Lays down, she's out. She's kept saying, I'm tired, I'm really tired. A few hours later, I wake her up. So I just let her sleep. Like, she was not waking up. I wake her up. Her temperature was 102.6. It's like, what the hell? Friday was her birthday, her 8th birthday. My mom came over Thursday night. My stepdad was here. They were trying to help me out with Allie being sick. Jack's trying to get over a cold. Now Adri being sick. And she just kept saying that her belly hurt really bad. So, yeah. So, kind of babied her all night, let her sleep on the couch. Friday morning came, I checked her temperature, I let her sleep all night. I didn't wake her up during the night to check her temperature, I just let her sleep because she was so tired. Friday morning came, woke her up. Her temperature was 103. So I started back in on the Motrin Tylenol thing. What? What stinks? Something stinks?
No.
Huh? No. Okay. You just woke up from a really long nap, like a 4-hour nap. But she woke up at 4 in the morning and was up till 12 this afternoon. So I'm like, okay, you need a nap. You're so tired. Careful, mommy doesn't feel good, okay? Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, my nose. I'm taking medicine. So Friday comes, I call Adrienne to school. I'm like, okay, she can take her cupcakes in on Monday. It's not a big deal. Like, my mom had brought them over. They're good through the 2nd. It's like, okay, she can take them Friday. We already took Hawaiian Punch in for her class to have with her birthday party. Oh, my God, I feel like that. Friday night comes around, and she still won't eat, won't drink, and she's, like, crying, just saying, Mom, I can't. It hurts so bad. My stomach hurts. And she would try to, like, stay curled up in a ball. So, when I was younger, my appendix burst. Oh, my goodness. What? And Adrienne would be in pain, and then she'd kind of perk up for a while, and then she'd be back out. Or back down to the top. Hey, do you hear him trying to So anyway, that evening, we ended up taking her to... What, buddy? Can you give him a different toy? That Friday evening, we ended up taking her to the emergency room. We were there till 5 in the morning. They did an x-ray, which showed... Oh, my gosh. I'll have to finish this later. Okay, so I don't know where I left off, but anyways, so last Thursday, my mom had stopped over, and she had cupcakes for Adrienne to take to school on Friday for her birthday. But then she didn't go to school Friday. So then Friday night, my mom came over to give Adrienne her birthday presents, because Friday was her actual birthday. And while my mom was here, Adrienne started having really, really bad. They were the stomach pains were the worst that they had been. They're being terrible. They're the worst they had been. She was crying, kept saying, Mommy, I can't. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. Like, it hurt her so bad. So, I called Jay to see if he would come sit with the other two so I could take her to the hospital. He said he was already in bed. So he would have to get dressed, and he said it'd probably be an hour before he got here. So I told him, you guys stop. You guys stop it. So he said it would be like, sorry, I have to keep stopping because my kids won't behave for 5 minutes. So I told him, never mind, I didn't have an hour to wait. So I called my stepdad, and he lined up an Uber and was here in like 20 minutes. So my mom and I took her to the hospital, and while we were in like the triage room thing, Adrienne ended up getting sick. They checked her temperature. She didn't have a fever like the first time in 2 days. Which was good. And the first thing they did was an x-ray of her belly. And then they did blood work. They did an IV because she was dehydrated. So they did urine sample. They did all kinds of stuff. Oh my gosh. All the notifications and phone calls and texts coming through right now are getting on my nerves. I'm so irritated right now. So the x-ray showed that she had an obstruction in her intestine. So next thing was, he didn't want to do a CT scan because of all the radiation, but he had to. He had to find the source of the obstruction in her intestine and make sure it wasn't appendicitis. So they did a CT scan, and the CT scan showed what appeared to be intussusception, is how you say it? I don't know. Which is basically when your intestine kind of backs up into itself, and it literally is like trying to digest itself, which is super painful. So that's what he said it was. We were there till like 5 in the morning. They sent her home with, what they even sent her home with? I can't even think. An antibiotic for 10 days. So we came home, and it's been, like, she's been sick ever since. Allie's was just, like, 1 day. Jax, he was just had his cold for a few days. And I think he's getting a tooth. So then Monday, I called the doctor's office to get her in for a follow-up appointment just to see how things are doing because her stomach still hurt. He pushed around on her belly. It didn't hurt anywhere that he pushed. He said he thinks it's all just from the flu. And the x-ray of her belly also showed the bottom of her lungs, which appeared to be that she had pneumonia, but they didn't want to do a full x-ray of her lungs because of all the radiation she had already had. So he was just going to go ahead and treat her for pneumonia. Oh my gosh, these kids. So we went to her follow-up appointment. He thinks it was just a flu, said give it a few more days. Her belly should stop hurting. That was Monday. Today is Thursday, February 6th? This is like, I don't even know what day. Because when I was there with her that day, I asked him if he would call something in for me. I said, I feel like a sponge. I feel like I'm absorbing like all of their illnesses. And he said, basically you are. So he listened to my lungs, checked my nose, my throat, my ears. And he sent me home with a Z-Pack, a cough medicine pill, a decongestant, etc. So today, so far, is the first day that Adri's stomach has not hurt, exactly 1 week from when hers started. She actually ate a couple cheese sticks last night, like the Colby Jack, not string cheese, but the other ones, the square ones. So she had 2 of those, and she had some bites of yogurt last night. Today, and she had a little bit of popcorn yesterday. And then today she's had cheese, and she's back to her normal self, being rotten, just being out of control. I think because I'm sick and I cannot deal with them. I actually just called my stepdad to see if he could come because I can't handle them. I think Jax is starting round 2 of being sick. I gave him Motrin, I suctioned his nose. He's still super fussy and runny nose, but it still might be his tooth. But since I'm still so sick and can barely even get out of bed these last few days, I'm just getting worse. Tomorrow will be my last day of the Z-Pack, and I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm not getting any better. I'm still coughing up my lungs. I have not eaten anything in 3 days other than a freeze pop yesterday. I've had like a few sips of liquid here and there. Like, I'm trying to help with my kids as much as I can when my stepdad's here. He started getting a cold 2 nights ago, probably from being around all of us. But he said he doesn't feel that bad. He actually said he feels better today than yesterday. So, yeah. No, we're not hanging out in here, you guys. I came in here to get away from you guys and screaming and yelling. I feel horrible. I'm coughing up my lungs. What are you doing, Allie? What's the matter? Is Adri being mean?
No, I'm not.
You did something because she keeps saying ow. What did you do to her arm? I heard her start screaming. You said, why did that hurt, Allie? So you did something. You're being mean. You're purposely being mean.
Mom, I put that fake blood pressure on, and then I was squeezing it with my arm at the same time.
Okay, that probably hurt.
And I squeeze it too.
Okay, just like I said, you're being mean to her. And Mommy is sick. I need you guys to get along. So my stepdad has a ride picking him up. He'll be here in like 19 minutes, I think. I'm going to call the doctor to see if they can call me in a different antibiotic because the one they gave me is not doing anything. It's too much sometimes. And like with her purposely being bad and taking advantage of the fact that I already had to spank her butt today. Like the first day that she feels good, I had to spank her. She's purposely tormenting her sister. Adri, stop it. So that's why I haven't posted any videos lately. I can't even sit up to edit a video or post it. I've tried like 5 times to do an update video just to tell you guys what's going on with us, and I can't even. This flu is no joke. There's like schools closed all over where we're at. The one school sent home 140 kids in one day, or they had 140 kids positive for the flu. Adri's school last week, I think they said in her school system there was 340 students and staff that were homesick with the flu. Like, this influenza B is no joke. Like I said, Alex was like a 24-hour thing. Jackson's was mainly a cold, which I'm hoping right now it's just his tooth. But like I said, I'm trying to take care of him, but just when I'm feeding him with the bottle, I can't cover my cough exactly, and I can't just, my cough attacks come on, I can't just toss him down and go wash my hands and cover my face. Like, it's damn near impossible to try and keep my germs. So if I stay in my room, at least my coughing and stuff's in here, but unless I have help, like my mom still works, my dad still works, my Jay still works, my stepdad's retired, so he's like the only one that can help me. Like I said, he's recovering from back surgery, now he's getting sick. Like, it's been a mess. It's been a rough week. Now here in a couple days, I have my pretrial for the custody and visitation crap with Jay and the kids. Alex is supposed to have a doctor's appointment that day, and so am I, but I had to change it because we won't be there in time because of the pre-trial. Alex's birthday's on the 14th. I don't even know when I'm going to celebrate Adri's birthday and do her party because not everybody's better. I might have to wait till like the day after Allie's birthday and just do them both together on February 15th on a Saturday. I don't know. Then on February 20th, Jackson has to go back down to Dublin and see an ophthalmologist. It'll be like a 2.5 hour appointment. And they said before, the neurologist said that if they think his eyelid is causing any issues with his vision, they might have to go in and put a stitch or two in his eyelid. I don't know if they'll do that day or set up a separate appointment. It just never stops. I'm glad Adri's feeling better. I don't like that she's being mean and purposely doing mean things and tormenting her sister. I mean, yeah, she had a week of not picking on her sister, but geez, I mean, today's been a whole nother level. And she's been yelling at the baby when he cries. Like, she's been refusing to listen to me. Yeah, my stepdad will nail that down fast. I guess I've already had to spank her today. Her first day of feeling better, and I had to spank her butt because she wouldn't stop. Yeah, that's where we've been at. I was back on the keto train, and I dropped some weight, and I have so many what I eat in a day keto videos I need to post. I have so many hauls from when I did Christmas shopping with my Christmas gift cards I need to post. And I want to get back on track with keto after this. I mean, I don't even know what I weigh. I haven't eaten in 3 days, but I don't know. So there will be videos to come. I just been sick and dealing with sick kids and trying to not get them more sick. We've all had something different, completely different. Each of us had something completely different from each other. So yeah, that's where we've been.